Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today's video is going to be about the Oklahoma City Thunder and their decision to play a game last night while millions of Americans were suffering without heat through power outages and blackouts, rolling blackouts, right? It wasn't just like we had a bad winter storm and knocked out a bunch of power. No, this was rolling blackouts, a decision made by the power company to shut people's power off for an hour or two, to lessen the strain on the power grid. When we all know that the real reason why this was done was because the price of natural gas has gone through the roof, and these companies didn't want to pay an exorbitant amount of money to keep the electric on, so they started cutting power at people's houses to save money, putting people's lives in danger because they want to save a couple $1,000,000 on, however many cubic feet of natural gas they're going to have to buy to keep the power grid running. And why did the price of natural gas go up so high? Because Pinocchio Joe and his brilliance decided to attack fossil fuels in his first month of being president. Ugh, it pains me to say that. Anyways, in his first month of being president, he decided to attack fossil fuels, and here we are. Look at Texas. Texas has its own power grid. 25% of it is run on renewable fuel, right? Wind energy. But none of that is working right now because those wind turbines are frozen, right? And no matter how hard the wind blows, if the turbines are frozen, they ain't spinning, they ain't generating electricity. Right? So 25% of Texas population is essentially without power because those wind turbines aren't turning. It's kind of stupid. Look, I'm all for renewable energy, right? But not as the leading source of energy in this country. It should be in partnership with fossil fuels. Okay? We can drastically cut the amount of emissions we put into this planet by switching from coal to nuclear. Right? There's a renewable source that, if done properly, could provide energy for millions and millions of people for a long, long, long time. Well, we're not talking about nuclear energy, right? Back to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think it's appalling that they put out a statement saying that they were going to try to conserve as much energy as they could, by turning off the lights and not running the video boards and doing. What you should have done was contacted the NBA and said, look, due to the current energy crisis, right? The energy crisis. Due to the current energy crisis here in Oklahoma, I think it would be smart if we postpone this game a day or two so that we could get through this energy crisis in the middle of this cold front that's sweeping through and freezing everything in this country. But did they? No. They went ahead with the game. They went ahead and fired up the heaters and sucked all that energy to heat that arena so that those two teams and a minimal scattering of fans probably, I don't even know if they're allowing fans in yet, so we'll say they're not. It was just the teams and the organizational people. Let's heat the entire freaking building for these people so they can play a game of basketball. It's appalling. You should have stepped up and said, we're not going to do this. We are not going to play this game during this situation. We're going to wait a day or two. We're going to push it a day or two. But the Thunder organization should have stood tall and said, we're going to take a firm stand on this. We're not going to open up Chesapeake Arena. We're not going to kick on those heaters. We're not going to get those locker rooms all set up. We're not going to make sure that those showers have hot water. We're not going to make sure that the lights on the court are on. We're not going to make sure that the lights on the concourse are on. We're not going to make sure that we play a basketball game today. We are going to make sure that none of that happens. We are going to make sure that Oklahomans get to keep their power on instead of some spoiled athletes playing a game. It's appalling, and they need to be called out on it, and more people need to speak up on this. Thanks for tuning in. That's all I really got to say about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. If you got something to say, drop a comment below. If you think other people need to hear this, share this video. And thanks for watching. Peace.